I don't even know where to begin, guys. I mean, this is just absolutely crazy. So it is about 12:45 on Wednesday. I'm up here in DC, and it has already been a crazy week. We've dealt with Ukraine funding, of which I voted no, and I have a whole litany of reasons why, and I can explain that to you. But something that I absolutely have to share with you right now is the craziness of the empty shelves Biden movement and the fact that they are sending pallets of baby formula to the border. Meanwhile, in our own district, at home, we cannot find baby formula. This is a picture from a Target. Oh, it's upside down, sorry. Okay, we literally are struggling to find baby formula around the country. Moms are struggling going from store to store to store, and then the stores are actually capping the amount of baby formula that they will sell them. And this got sent to me by a Border Patrol agent this morning and said, this is disgusting. You will not believe this. They're receiving pallets and more pallets of baby formula at the border. This was taken at Ursula Processing Facility, where thousands are being housed and processed and then released subsequently into the United States.
This is just my suspicion. Okay, but I got a little bit of common sense, just a little bit. I believe the federal government has bought up the pre-made canned baby formula for the illegals at the southern border that are coming by the hundreds of thousands. In the shortages because of that.
So think about this. This is what America Last looks like. This is 100% what it looks like. And in response, Congress, we actually, before I even got these photos, we were working with our colleagues on the Energy and Commerce Committee, and Ranking Member Kathy McMorris Rogers, who is doing a bang-up job, she put together a letter that they're finalizing right now, going to the White House, going to the administration, demanding answers, and it is hands down one of the most frustrating experiences. So while Congress is trying to basically figure out what all is happening, sorry, I'm getting ready to go to a meeting, so I'm walking out of the office right now, they're sending pallets of baby formula to the border. And if that doesn't infuriate you, I don't know what will.
The baby formula shortage, I got it all figured out what happened, okay? I saw a story last week. Even though my daughter's 23, I remember the days of baby formula. And there's two different kinds of formula. There's the liquid pre-made and there's the powdered. The powdered is cheaper, but not all babies can have it. We were giving my daughter the powder because, we didn't have a lot of money and it was cheaper, but we had to take her off of it because she couldn't digest it. A lot of babies can't digest it. It causes constipation and other problems. The shortage is only with the liquid pre-made, not the powder. There is no shortage of powdered baby formula, only the liquid pre-made baby formula that comes in the cans. And what I think, this is just my suspicion, okay? But I got a little bit of common sense, just a little bit. I believe the federal government has bought up the pre-made canned baby formula for the illegals at the southern border that are coming by the hundreds of thousands in the shortages because of that. That's my belief.
It's true, and that never came out.
That's what I think happened.
I think
it's obvious. The federal government, they have hundreds of thousands of people coming across. They have babies and babies on the way. And when I realized that there was no shortage of the powder, only the liquid, the government, they don't care about the difference in price, and they don't want the added labor of having to mix the formula. And I think they've done massive buys by the federal government. Obama did this with ammunition. Remember there was an ammunition shortage because the federal government was buying up the handgun ammo.
Check this out.
It's only my working theory. Nobody else has talked about it or speculated on it. I've been talking about it. I guess if I can talk to the buyer for the federal government, I think that's what it is. And nothing could convince me that that's not the case. And we don't have one person in the I started talking about this about a week and a half ago. There's not a makes sense.
Clever fellow.
And not one person in the media has even asked this question. These endless discussions about it. When they said there was no shortage of powder, it made sense to me. That's what it is, And it's another example of the Biden regime putting others first and Americans last.
I mean, but this is the most outrageous. If it were true,
Yeah, it's true.
This would be the most outrageous example of incompetence, and I guess you'd have to say dishonesty that's come to light.
Well, I've seen these stories. You've seen the stories on TV. Mothers are rationing the baby formula. So that means babies are going hungry needlessly. The powdered formula is not digestible for all babies.
Let me ask you another question. Do you think it's possible, if your theory were right, do you think it's possible that it would escape the notice of the national media?
Yes, because they don't think like us, Steve. Yes.
Confess, it didn't come to me.
Yeah. No, I've been I talked about it on the show one day last week, but you were off that day, and no one in the media has even speculated on that. I would bet you anything.
Of course, we live in Donald Trump's backyard here. If anybody has Donald Trump's ear, you ought to check that out. They listen to this program up at Mar-a-Lago, and I'm telling you, it's a big scandal. And the biggest shortage of remember, there's no shortage with powdered baby formula, only the pre-made liquid, and most of the shortages are more out west, which is where where they would be doing the big supply buys. And I think that's a very, very credible theory as to what the problem is. Well, somebody will do it and get credit for my thoughts and get an award for it. But it was heard here first. We're on 3 radio stations. We're on YouTube, iHeartRadio, and everything else. And there are hundreds of thousands of people listen to this program. So we're doing it. That's. What do you want me to do, Steve? Get the White House on the line and ask them if they bought the baby formula? Who is the guy? Who is the guy that drove up? He's one of the Fox people.
Tucker.
Tucker, get that story to Tucker. Tucker will.
Okay, and get credit for my thing. That's fine. He wouldn't be the first to tell. He would. Well, if it's your idea, who gets the credit can be important. The credit's not important if it wasn't your concept.